the motherboard holds most of the computer's crucial components such as the CPU, RAM, VGA, etc., and provides connection between components in which data is transferred. When we open the case of a computer, we can easily see the motherboard. A normal motherboard features a CPU socket, RAM slots, dedicated graphic card slot, expansion slots, and connector ports, etc. All the computer's components is under control of the motherboard's two chipsets, which is the NOR bridge and South bridge. The NOR bridge is in charge of the CPU, the memory, and the graphics, while the South bridge controls onboard features, expansion slots, and basic ports. There are lots of slots and connectors on the motherboard that are used to connect to other peripherals. For internal peripherals, we have IDE for optical drives and all hard disk drive, SATA for modern hard disk drive, PCI slots for expansion cards such as the sound cards, video cards, network cards, while PCI Express is only dedicated for graphic cards.
CPU is an abbreviation for Central Processing Unit. It is a chip that is sometimes called microprocessor or processor that makes up from millions to billions of transistors interconnected with each other. All in all, CPU plays a crucial part in the computer hardware. It is often called the brain of the computer. Three main components make up the CPU are control unit, ALU, and register. Control unit is the most important component of the CPU. It is the place where instructions or data are fetched into. In there, they will be interpreted and signals are generated. If the instructions are mathematical tasks, they will be delivered to ALU, arithmetic logic unit. In ALU, they will be decoded and executed. Once the execution finishes, the result will be stored or written back in the register. Since register is the place where temporary data is stored when the computer is working.
Random access memory RAM is the computer's primary memory. It is located on the motherboard, north bridge next to the processor. With RAM, the access for the information is stored in the grid intersections, meaning that you can access any memory cell in any order directly following the grid intersection at the cell. RAM is used as a memory storage to run programs, applications, and software. The size and the speed of the RAM affects how fast the computer runs. The higher the RAM capacity, the more room for multitasking. The higher the RAM bus, the faster the data transfer rate. Despite its advantage of speed, RAM is volatile on temporary memory, meaning when the computer is shut down, every data is erased from RAM and therefore is lost. There are two types of RAM, SRAM and DRAM. However, the latter is more commonly used nowadays.
Graphics card, also called video card or display adapter, is an expansion card, a computer hardware that is responsible for all the graphics, such as text or images shown on the screen. It converts binary data from the CPU into digital signal to the monitor. Graphics cards can either be inserted in the mainboard's HEP or the more popular PCI slot as a separated part or put right on the mainboard. Frame rate is one of the most important things that design a good graphics card. Understanding the GPU clock speed, memory capability, size of memory bus, memory clock rate, and bandwidth alongside with RAM deck speed is a way to determine how fast a graphics card is. When choosing a graphics card, it is important that the card provide the best resolution supported by the monitor.
A hard disk is a component of the computer that provides its storage and access to a large amount of data. Modern computers now come with a hard disk of several hundred gigabytes. It is connected to the motherboard via SATA or PATA connection, but SATA is more commonly used. A hard disk drive consists of two parts. The first part is the actuator arm or the access arm of the drive. The arm moves its head across the platter when they spin. When the disk spins, the arm will start to move around the disk, allowing the read and write process to perform on both sides of the platters. This movement is called seeking. The arm will try to seek the proper track, therefore locating the data. The second part is a stack of platters or disks. These disks hold the recorded data of the computer. The disks are electromagnetically charged in concentric circles on it. These circles are called tracks, and tracks are divided into logical units called sectors. Data in a hard disk drive is processed and stored in binary form, as in ones and zeros. This will later be randomly read from and written to on both sides of the magnetic part of the platter.
Optical drive is a device that uses laser light or electromagnetic waves and the technique of the process of reading or writing data to or from optical disc. It has four main components: laser and optics. The most important part of an optical drive is an optical pad placed in a pickup head, usually consisting of semiconductor laser, a lens for guiding laser beam, a photodiode detecting the light reflection from the disk's surface. Rotational mechanism. Optical discs need to be rotated at appropriate speed. For CD, 4X drive, for instance, would rotate at 800 to 2000 rotations per minute. Loading mechanism is the way the drives swallow your disk. Current optical drives use either a tray loading mechanism or a slot loading mechanism. Computer interfaces. Most internal drives for PC can fit in a standard 5.25 inches and connect to the host via an ATA or SATA interface.